Yo, what is up? It's Mike the NBA guy, and today has been a pretty big day for Sixers fans. A lot of big changes in the front office, and I'm gonna go over them because they're my team, and I'm excited about them. Well, I have mixed feelings about them actually. Excitement isn't the only thing I feel. Let's start with the biggest one, no question. The Sixers have hired Daryl Morey to be their new what's it called? It's not general manager, but like staff coach manager guy. What is it? To run the franchise, like president of basketball operations. All right. I have mixed feelings about this. The most mixed feelings out of the big Sixers events today. All right. Daryl Morey is a very weird situation because he's had a lot of success as the president of basketball operations for the Rockets. All right, in 2018, the Rockets were debatably the best team in the league. They were debatably a Chris Paul injury away from making and winning the finals. I've actually seen some people say, some insane LeBron fans say that LeBron and the Cavs would have beaten the Rockets in 2018. No. They would have probably gotten swept just like they did by the Warriors. You know, that's not true. I think they could have won one game. I bet it could have been a 5 game series, but the idea that the Cavs would have won is absolutely laughable. All right. That 2018 Rockets team was ridiculously good on both ends of the floor, and they were probably the best non-Warriors team of the last 2 seasons, I would say. Um, definitely the best non-Warriors team of 2018. I would have to look at that more to see if there was a team last year better than them. But anyway, getting off topic here, built a fantastic team, and then when Chris Paul wanted to leave, he blew it up and went for small ball with Russell Westbrook. And it's hard to judge him too much for everything that went down in Houston because Chris Paul seemed to really want out. He didn't want to be there. Russell Westbrook was pretty much the best option they could get for him. And then to maximize Russell Westbrook, he got rid of his center. And in a way, it does make sense. But in another way, the dude knew that he was in a conference where he would have to play either or possibly both Anthony Davis and Nikola Jokic in order to make the finals. And this man decided to trade their center. Not to mention, the favorite team to come out of the East was the Milwaukee Bucks, who have Giannis, who you also need a good center to stop. You're not going to put PJ Tucker or Robert Covington on Giannis Antetokounmpo. So just the idea, I can kind of understand what he was going with, but it didn't make any sense. It blew up in their face. The Rockets barely beat the Thunder in a series that I think the Thunder really should have won, but they kind of blew it too. And then they lost in 5 to the Lakers. Russell Westbrook underperformed, as he does every single year. Only some of this is on Daryl Morey. But the point is, the dude turned this franchise around, and then the franchise immediately started going down the drain. And he got out of there right now. This is a good time for him to get out of the Rockets because the Rockets do not have a very bright future. Okay? Next season, they're going to try to contend. I don't believe in them at all next season. All right? I think the Rockets are going to be like a 6th seed in the West, and they're going to be another first or second round exit. And by second round exit, I mean easy second round exit for whoever they end up against because I do not believe in them. I don't believe in Russell Westbrook one bit. And I think a new coach could help James Harden, but the team is just stupid old and they have no picks and they're kind of fucked. Honestly, if I'm their team, I might have to trade James Harden just for picks. Honestly, might be the best option for the team is trade James Harden for as many picks and young players as you can because I don't know what else they're going to do. So I'm very iffy about Daryl Morey, okay? Because the Sixers are everything that the Rockets despise. They do not have good spacing. Their two main stars are both guys who do not shoot well and do not space the floor. They are not a very analytically run basketball team. Now, Al Horford needs to be traded, but even if he's not, what the hell are they going to do with him? Goodness knows, I don't think that Daryl Morey... I believe Daryl Morey will do everything he can to trade Al Horford because he knows how bad that is. The fear for me is Simmons and Embiid. You cannot trade Simmons and Embiid under any circumstances at this point. They are too young, they have too much potential, and they have spent too little time together with a good coach. If Daryl Morey gets tired of their spacing halfway through the season and he trades one of them, that will be everything Sam Hinkie did wasted. Okay? Completely fucking wasted. So I am terrified at the idea that Joel Embiid could be traded. I don't think he will be. Okay, first of all, because I can't let myself believe that. It'll make me start crying. But I can't believe he would trade him. I don't think he's that stupid. But it still scares me, because if he does, it's just terrifying. So I'm just going to have to continue to pray that Joel Embiid does not get traded and Daryl Morey is not that stupid. Other signings. All right, this is a big day for the Sixers. The Sixers side Dan Burke, who was important for the defensive schemes of the Pacers, who have been a pretty good defensive team the last couple seasons. Now, Dan Burke is funny because as many of you have probably seen already, last year, Dan Burke called out Embiid, and he said that he doesn't like the bullshit that the league lets him get away with. And so today, when they signed him, Embiid responded with something like, I'm looking forward to working together and helping me get away with the league's bullshit. So I don't think that's an issue. Embiid doesn't seem like a guy to me who holds grudges. I'm sure he thinks it's all funny, and I doubt the coach really is going to care now that he's the one on Embiid's team. So I'm not worried about that. I think overall pretty solid signing. And the other one is Sam Cassell from the Clippers, who I think could be a solid head coach. So him being an assistant coach on our team, I am pretty happy with. He seemed like a smart player. He seemed like a pretty solid assistant coach. I know assistant coaches do not mean much, but still, I'm pretty happy to have Sam Cassell. So it seems like I should be overall relatively happy to be a Sixers fan today. All right, 2 solid coaching signings and a questionable GM, but at the very least, we're shaking things up. We are getting rid of more of the Colangelo people. There's also news that at least one more person who has been on the Sixers staff for like the last 5 years is almost certainly being let go in the next couple weeks. So happy about that, because I want to get rid of anyone who is here with Colangelo. As a Sixers fan, the one issue is no matter what we do to the front office, no matter what changes are made, no matter who gets fired or who gets hired, the ownership is going to stay the same. And the Sixers ownership has been the problem with this team ever since Sam Hinkie, okay? Besides when they let him go, whether or not the NBA bullied them into that, there's been rumors ever since the Porzingis draft when we took, I believe, if I can even remember his name, Jahlil Okafor over Kristaps, and Hinkie wanted Kristaps, and the league made him take the owners made him take Okafor, because the issue is our basketball owners seem to think they know basketball when they just don't. They don't know better than the GM. There's also been many rumors that they put Brett Brown in there because they knew he'd be easy to control, okay? They told Colangelo to take Markelle Fultz over Jason Tatum. They told Elton Brand that... I'm trying to remember what they did tell Elton Brand. I know they told him something. They told him, I'm pretty sure they're the ones who told Elton Brand that they wanted Zaire Smith, is what I believe it is. I believe Elton Brand wanted Mikal Bridges, who would be amazing for our team, and the ownership saw Zaire Smith in a practice and said, this dude's a freak athlete. We want him on our team as a project, which is just fucking stupid, because the NBA is full of freak athletes. The NBA is not necessarily as full of super skilled players who fit well with the team. The ownership, there's just constantly rumors that the ownership's getting involved in things, and they are the reason that we make certain dumb decisions. And I'm just praying to God that now we have a president of basketball operations, Daryl Morey, and more front office people, that shit will stop. And it will all be up to Morey and Elton Brand, because I still believe in Elton Brand. I still think he can be a good GM, and I do not want ownership to fuck this team up anymore, okay? So that's, at the end of the day, all the other problems we have, or all the other coaching hires we do, it doesn't really matter if ownership doesn't change. So if you're a Sixers fan like me, don't get too excited or too upset about anything that happens in the front office, because what really needs to happen is ownership. Nothing is going to change unless ownership changes the way they do things. They need to stop getting involved. They need to be the owners and not pretending to be the GM. Alright, so that's my take on the Sixers news of the day. A lot of interesting stuff happened. If you enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, and please check out some other videos on my channel. I would really appreciate that. Thank you.